as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, stay back.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go! Set! Reflect!
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Stocker's got it, complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. There's Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man, here's Foster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
That's what I do.
Bridgewater again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give to Smith out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Bridgewater to throw it. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Gun.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down after. Just a short pickup.
Desmond Trufant brought him down. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Great.
Check my 45. Rabbit.
Newton now to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. The shotgun snap for Newton. And an alley to run. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. On 1st and 10, Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 99. Check 99.
To throw is Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. Got an open man. It's Foster. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds an opening past the 40. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
45. Mike, 45. I want that.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's get there. Rush in. Get it up. Rush. 56.
Bridgewater now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Olsen. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Taylor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
You don't want no problem from me.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now a give, right side, Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right there to 3. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. 20. 45. Mike, 45.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they take the lead out in front at 13-12. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Falcons take over 2nd and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now Newton on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to the air, Newton on second down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now
a first down throw for Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. Now he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Newton now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's first and 10.
20. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Hey, tank. Check.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup. Second and 4.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Let's go one more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton is going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 4.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's mine. Gun. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the flag. Echo. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Great.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Bridgewater to throw it this time. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Bridgewater. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. So they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
54 is Mike. Check.
A first down carry for Smith. David Onyemata there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Check, 41. Bring. Check. Lucky.
They go back to the ground with Smith. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
41 Mike. Hey, 41 Mike. 6. Check curls.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On 2nd and 10, Newton, and caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
8. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Throwing again is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right to the 3. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Gun. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Look, small. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Newton throwing again. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the 50, Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
46-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Play action now. Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Check.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaq Thompson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 92 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point try good by Gano, and that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. It's a gain of 7, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Bridgewater rolling to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And again, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey! 45 to Mike, 45. Go, go. Hey, here we go. 45, 45. Mike, 45. Hey, man, watch the boot. Watch great. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Express. Tighten up. Pull it together. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go.
Throwing here, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 27 yards there, a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Great. 64. Wait. Alert 3.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
20. Check the backer. 45. Mike, 45. Switch. He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah.
Now Taylor. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So 2nd down, and this defense certainly going to sell out to stop the run. Newton's going to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Hey.
The give to Taylor. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their end.